adventurers. Welcome to Endless Fridays with Nina, the travel podcast where we inspire, share, and explore the world of travel. I'm your host, travel enthusiast, and chief daydreamer, Nina, and I'm thrilled to have you join me. Today, I'm going to share 5 fall foliage destination ideas. Some of these places I've been to personally, and others are now on my own bucket list. These places are not in a ranked order. It was pretty hard to pick a favorite. From destinations that are closer to home and others that are worldwide, there is something for everyone. Now sit back, explore some astonishing fall destinations with me. All right, so the first place we're going to discuss today is Germany. Germany has a lot of fall foliage hot spots and destinations. So I listed 2 places in Germany, Frankfurt and Munich. I have actually been to Frankfurt. I went in 2016 in October. So I'm going to sit here. I do have some notes and I'm going to just share a little bit about those 2 spots in Germany. I learned a little bit more in my research about Munich. I have never been there. So I've been to multiple places in Germany, but not Munich. Frankfurt. So beautiful place, countryside feel. So with the leaves falling and the colors changing, it is a beautiful drive anywhere in Germany. I will say that. So, one of the things that you can do there is visit the main tower. You can actually get a 360-degree view of the city. So, I have done that in a few places, so I can imagine that being a great experience, especially with the fall colors. That is one of the reasons why I would suggest Frankfurt. Another reason is that they're actually close to the northern section of the Romantic Road. So this is a new thing that I have heard of. But it's actually a big destination in Germany. You can actually start your travels down the road in the Frankfurt area. So I like that, which is why I wanted to mention it to you guys. And you know what? It's called the Romantic Road for a reason. So, going down, I think it was a 7 hour, little bit over 7 hour, under 8 hour drive if you want to go down the total road. Um, but famous castles. So I did not see any castles while I was in Germany. So that is one thing that I missed out on. That is why I thought this stood out to me. I love castles. Visiting one in this lifetime is on my bucket list. I would love to see multiples, but they have famous castles in Germany. You can visit them along the way. And then there's also just beautiful and quaint towns. So if you look in the background here, there is a picture of the Frankfurt area. Just beautiful architecture. I can say to date that Germany has had um, some of the most integral and detailed architecture that I have seen to date. Most importantly, I would say in Cologne in particular, but just the whole feel of the country is full. It's just full of architecture, and I love that about it. So on this romantic road, you can either choose to drive. So I love the fact that you can, just go and be on your own pace. Again, it's about 7 hours, it's less than 8. And then by the time you stop, you probably will need a couple of days. That is what I was reading about it. Um, at least at least 2, but the preferred was to, be able to enjoy the road and the scenic route 3 days. That was really the recommendation. Now, you can also take a bus. So they actually have a one way or a round trip bus option. And then they also have a train ride. So I love trains, and that is also one thing that's on my bucket list as well, is to hop on a train and just go to multiple places. So I think this would be such an exciting place to um, go down this famous romantic road on a train. I mean, it sounds romantic just talking about it. Um, Now, the Oktoberfest. When I was there in October, I just missed the fest by a day. So I have not been there. But that is a big thing. It is about 4 hours in Munich. 4 hours away from Frankfurt is Munich, and that's where they host the annual Oktoberfest. Excuse me. It's been around for years, and this year it is happening from Saturday, September the 21st. So it actually does start in September up until Sunday, October 6th. So there's a little leeway for you to get out there and enjoy Germany and stop at the fest, take a ride. I would really encourage you to stay a week if you can, 5 to 7 days, so that you can enjoy Germany. I would love to go back personally. And again, like I said, this is now on my bucket list. So, one thing about the Oktoberfest, I wanted to share that with you guys. It is free. So, that is a bonus. I like that. You can go. The only thing you have to do is pay for whatever you drink or eat. So, they have tents set up. You can go around and, buy some beers and buy some food. So, it's it's a very big thing there, very popular, and the food there is delicious. If you are one that loves bratwurst, that's a big thing out there, so you will find that at the Oktoberfest. Potatoes. So Germany is known for potatoes. I had so many different types of potatoes and different dishes while I was there, and I love potatoes. So you will certainly see that even at the Oktoberfest and in the restaurants. Sometimes they serve the potatoes just with a dish as a standard. So the Germans love starchy food. Pretzels. They will certainly have pretzels that you can enjoy with your beer while you're at the Oktoberfest. I did have pretzels while I was there, and they were delicious. Nothing like in the Americas. So I would if you're into pretzels, I would suggest getting that. Um, Oxen. Oxen is also a meat that you can find there. You can find dishes with that as well at the Oktoberfest. So now I'm all done with Germany. Again, these are not in ranked order, and I'm going to move on to the next destination. Destination number 2, Stowe, Vermont. So I have been to Stowe. I went in February of 2022. I did not get a chance to see the fall foliage there, but it certainly is on my bucket list. It was beautiful in the winter time, so I can imagine seeing all of the fall colors being just as beautiful. This is also a place that shows up in the top 10 fall destinations in the US, and I certainly can see why just from visiting. It is a small town feel, but it's packed with so many activities and things that you can do, including hiking. They have biking, they have cider meals, horseback riding, and maple syrup. So Vermont is known for maple syrup. So that is definitely something that you want to try while you're there. Another thing that they do have in October, so they have the Stowe Foliage Festival, and that is from Friday, October 11th to Sunday, October 13th. I did not go again during that time, but that does sound exciting. And I can just imagine how the small town of Stowe brings that festival to life. And again, just adds a nice fall feel. I mean, it's titled Stowe Foliage Arts Festival. So it doesn't get any better than that, folks. So Stowe, and then now we're going to move on to our next destination. So number third on the list is one of my absolute favorite places. I have visited this place since I was a little girl, so it means a lot to me when I go to visit Mackinac Island in Michigan. Uh, it is actually a great place for biking, horseback riding, and then they also have in October a Halloween weekend. So you can go in the last weekend of the season and enjoy the Halloween festivities before the island is cleared out. And the best part about that is that you will find great deals on hotel prices to get there. So October is actually an ideal time to visit for great prices, and then you can enjoy the island or off the island and just enjoy the fall foliage. Beautiful there, especially if you're biking around the island. You'll have a lot to take in. Um Also, so the Grand Hotel on the island, it is the oldest and probably biggest hotel on the island. I have stayed there before. It is beautiful. If you stay there, I would highly recommend that you take advantage of their breakfast as well as their dinner that they serve that is included with your stay. Very exquisite, very classy. They even have a happy hour with tea. So if that is your thing, if you want to eat well, that is definitely a good hotel to stay at. But in October, they actually offer a fall murder mystery weekend at the Grand. This is something that has been on my bucket list for a while. I have still yet to do it, but who knows? Maybe I'll try it this year. October 18th through the 20th. Again, great time, prime time to visit Mackinac Island to get great deals. And then you can get engulfed with the island's holiday festivities for Halloween. Number four on our list is Bar Harbor, Maine. Maine has also been on my bucket list for a while, especially for the fall visit. But I look forward to visiting Maine because of its seafood. I'm a big seafood person, and I hear that they have the best seafood in the U.S. One of the best. I'll just say one of the best states to serve seafood. So, one of the reasons that is on my list here. But hiking in Acadia National Park. So, from what I've seen, it is beautiful, and October is a wonderful time to visit. You'll get a chance to see all of the beautiful colors. I love just driving down a road or being in a spot where I can take in just the yellows and greens and reds of the fall. I mean, it's just really a beautiful sight. So, and I love hiking. So you will hear me mention hiking. I think it is a great time to get exercise and be in your own thoughts and, just relax and get in touch with nature. So I enjoy hiking. And then also views of Maine's coastline. So as you can see in the backdrop here, you have the boats. I mean, you are right in the center of the coastline. And depending on what hotel you picked, you can have a great view of the boat harbor, which I have stayed at a hotel on a boat harbor before, and it is a beautiful scenery to take in, especially in the fall. It's pretty cozy, I think. So, one of the hotels that I would recommend that I saw in researching the Bar Harbor Grand Hotel. It has pretty good reviews. And I think part of the reason outside of its service is that because it's also steps away from shops and restaurants. So you can easily just walk out of the hotel and be right in the midst of everything. So I imagine just looking at the backdrop, that hotel is probably directly in this picture somewhere. It's a 5-minute drive from the park that I just talked about for the hiking from its national park. So if you rent a car, that hotel too offers free parking. So you can park and then you can take a drive, a quick 5-minute drive, and visit the local national park one day and hike and explore and take in all of the fall foliage. And then also, so I thought this was interesting. I do have someone that I know who is into ghost tours and walks, but Maine at this time in October is known for ghost tours and walks. And I thought of him because he's like one of the only folks that I know that is brave enough to do ghost hunting and ghost tours and ghost walks. So if that is your thing, Maine is a great destination and it's not too far. All right. I think we're able to move on to our last destination on my list. Final destination on the list is Husafell, Iceland. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, my apologies. But I found this in researching, and it is one of the top fall foliage destinations in the world. If you look at the backdrop, those waterfalls caught my attention. Beautiful. It is just a beautiful place. I am going to share with you some of the things, like again, outside of the waterfalls. Um, if you go to this particular place that I found, I'm going to mention it here shortly, but it is like surrounded by these waterfalls. So I mean, you can sit out and take in just nature and at its best, really. It's beautiful. The Northern Lights. So they are known for being able to view the Northern Lights. Hiking, again, hiking. So fall is a great time to hike. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, and you get to see all of the beautiful colors and take that in. So apparently hiking is a thing at a lot of the destinations that I've listed today here, and then this place also caught my attention for some unique things as well. Outdoor baths by Europe's highest flowing hot spring. I have been on in I should say in I have been a hot spring mud bath before in Costa Rica. It was beautiful and actually so relaxing. My skin felt exfoliated and soft when I got out of that hot mud bath. So I can only imagine what this experience would be like, honestly. And then again, you're being able to take in just the views. So, uh, a great relaxing activity if you go to this place here in Iceland. And then canyon bath. So this is something new. I've never heard of this, but similar to like the mud baths or the hot springs, you get views of the mountains and views of the canyon that you're, surrounded by, and then glaciers as well in this area. So I can just picture it now. And then the northern lights. So I mentioned that this place in particular is one of the best places to catch the northern lights in like the late winter, I'll say the late season. They call it winter season, but you can typically see the northern lights from mid-August up until mid-April in this area. And guess what? On average, they see 3 sightings per week. So if you go out here for a relaxing trip, I would suggest to be out there for 7 days. You can take in all of the activities, you can relax, you can have a spa day, you can um, search for the northern lights, and then maybe you might even have an opportunity to see it a couple times, and then have multiple opportunities to get great pictures if you're a photographer and into that. And then lastly, so they have caving is a thing in this area. They have ice caving, and then they also have lava caving. For those adventurers out there, this is definitely a place for you to get in touch with nature and hike and honestly just do something different instead of the practical things that you might do in a travel spot. Very unique. So that is why it made my list. It's unique and it is very beautiful. And I can see why it is one of the top fall foliage destinations in the world. And there you have it, Facebook family. I hope that you have been inspired today to embrace the fall and try a brand new adventure. Until next time, keep those passports handy and your hearts wide open. This is Nina signing off from Endless Fridays. Live like every day is Friday. All right, last but not least. All right. Last but not least, I have Husafell on the list. Husafell, Iceland. I hope and believe I am pronouncing. Okay, I gotta pause that.